Good evening, everyone. How are you guys? So you guys are here on a Thursday evening with Brandy. I am the owner and artisan behind Brush by Brandy. And Connie was nice enough to ask me to come on here in the Angels and Cowboys Learning Group and talk to you guys a little bit about the basics of brush care. So I'm excited to teach you guys how to take care of your brushes. Brushes are a beautiful investment. They're totally worth putting the money into, but once you have them, you want to know how to take care of your investment too. So I'm here, my brush cleaning station is behind me, and I'm going to bring you guys in and show you guys what I have at my brush cleaning station and how I take care of my brushes. Now, a couple things I want to explain to you guys. I am in California, and if you guys have been watching the news, the utilities have cut the power to all of Northern California right now. So I have no power. And my water pressure is getting low. I'm on a well, and we do have a storage tank, but it's gravity fed. So my water pressure is a little low. As I'm washing brushes, you might notice that. So we're gonna work with what we've got tonight, because that's what we do when we paint. It's all about working with what we got. And I'm gonna move you guys in. So this is my brush cleaning station. I'm out in my garage, and we recently built our home, and I got to design a workspace, and that's a huge luxury. So I have a brush cleaning station out here. Basically a sink. I have a stainless steel sink top here that I love. It's great for easy cleanup. And then I just purchased a wood bathroom vanity off of my local marketplace, and I put the stainless steel sink on top of it. So I've got storage, and I've got my brush cleaning station. So a few things I have out here. You'll notice over here, this is a hanging brush setup. So this is rings and hooks that are on a sliding bar right here. And this is from IKEA. I love this setup. This is in their kitchen department. And I use this, so I have this bamboo basket that I can use for hanging stuff like my sponges. Hi, Connie. Yeah, Connie is having bad weather, you guys, and her internet's going in and out, so she's having issues too. So I like this hanging basket because I can put things in here to dry, like my, these are my Dixie Belle application sponges, and I can set them right in there. So then I've also got on these hooks, this is where I hang my brushes to dry. And I can move them aside and hang more or less. I actually just bought another bar, a longer one, that I'm going to hang for additional brush storage too. So a few other things I keep out here. I've got a scrub brush, and I use this for scrubbing stencils. Oh gosh, all kinds of stuff. I will scrub my brush handles if I can get the paint off of those. So scrub brush. I've got my Dixie Belle White Lightning. This is a cleaning product, and I will dissolve this into water if I get really stubborn brushes that I've left out accidentally overnight and the paint has crusted. It's awesome, Susan. Then I will soak them overnight in White Lightning, and that will loosen the paint up. I've got fabric softener, and I use this because sometimes your bristles of your brushes can get coarse. And the fabric softener just can soften them a little bit, so I will soak my brushes in this sometimes. I have Dixie Belle Scrubbing Soap. Well, it's not Dixie Belle brand, but Dixie Belle does offer this. Scrubby Soap, and I use this for my hands. I also use this for my brushes. I'll show you how tonight. A nail brush, because I do like to keep my mani super pristine. Just kidding, my hands are always messy, but I use a nail brush quite a bit. I've got regular hand soap and then a liquid dish soap out here. And then if we come over to this side, I've got this thing here. And I love this. Pick one of these up if you find them at thrift stores. I even saw them at Target the other night. So this is a baby bottle drying rack. But you can see here, it works great for setting your brushes in to dry. Hanging them is one option, but a lot of them don't have the holes and the handles aren't quite big enough to go on the hanger, and so this is another way to stand your brushes up to dry. And then it just drips in here, and I can wash this out periodically. Stuff like here, my scraper goes in there. Scrubby Soap is great. It smells like heaven. Okay, so let's go ahead and clean some brushes out. So I've been painting today, and when I am painting, I will take my brushes and I keep a dish full of water all the time. This also has a little bit of fabric softener in it. And I will drop my brushes in here, and then I can come back at the end of the day and clean them all at one time. So these are all my dirty brushes from today. I did blending, so I've got a whole bunch of them. And I'm gonna move you into my sink. Again, I apologize because I think my water pressure is gonna be really low right now. Okay, so these are my good Dixie Belle brushes, and I'm just going to choose one that I've let sit in water. It's full of paint right now, and I'm going to turn my water on and rinse this out. Now, for the most part, I just use water for washing my brushes out. I will get as much paint out of this with just water. I'm working the bristles a little bit, just kind of massaging the paint out. And it's been soaking, so some of this paint has run out into my dish as well. Now, once I'm paying attention to the water in my sink, I have super low water pressure. Once it starts running fairly clear, I will take, this is a 5-in-1 tool, and I get this in the department of Home Depot that has this paint scrapers, things like that. And I will take this and comb through my bristles. Another option is this. This is in the paintbrush section, and this is an actual brush comb. I'm going to turn that off because if I lose my water, I'm going to cry. This is an actual brush comb, and I like this because it's got sharper teeth on it, but they're further apart. So this has a purpose if you've got really crusty bristles that you need to get a sharper tooth into. But I like that these are closer together, and it kind of scrapes the paint off the bristles. So I'm not using any soap at this point. Primarily just water. Now, if I've got really stubborn bristles, I will take my Scrubby Soap. And it comes just like this in the package. I keep two out here. One of them I use on my hands, and one of them I use on my brushes. And all I do is I will work my bristles a little bit into the Scrubby Soap. It's a glycerin soap with a scrubby inside of it. I work a little bit of soap into there. And then I will take this little guy here. This is a makeup brush cleaning sponge, and it's silicone. And I will just take this, and with a little bit of soap in the tip of my bristles from that scrubby, and I can kind of massage the paint out of the bristles. And then I will rinse that soap out so I don't have any residue. Now, this is an older brush here, so I still do have, my bristles are going to be dirty and stained. But that's a soft brush, and then I'll just shake out any water that I can into my sink. I dry the handle off a bit, and I've got a brush that's got no paint in here. My bristles are nice and soft, and my brush is nice and clean. And then I'll just hang it to dry, and the water will run out of it. I'll just hang it on my little hanger over here. So that was how I would wash a regular brush with paint in it. Now, my process for washing a wax brush is a little bit different. Most waxes are oil-based products, and so they're a little bit tougher to clean. So this is a wax brush. It's just a generic wax brush that I've got that's obviously been used. And so how I clean a wax brush is I will take no water. My husband's laughing because we have no water pressure. It's just dripping. Same, my makeup brush scrubbing. And then I'm going to put a little drop of Dawn dish soap on here. I use Dawn because it cuts grease, right? We've all seen the commercial where they clean the ducks with it. Dawn is great for cleaning your oil-based products with. And then a little bit of water on my brush. And I'm going to work that Dawn into my brush. And you can see right away that my wax is starting to loosen up from my brush. Hi, Michelle. How are you? So this is a natural bristle brush. I use natural bristle brushes a lot for my waxes. You can see it's getting all that wax out of there. So now I probably need to refresh my soap a little bit. So I'll rinse this clean. Rinse what I can out of my brush, and I'm going to do another round because there was a lot of wax in this brush. Although it's fairly clean now. Now, I don't clean my wax brushes after every use. I will clean them after every few uses. So this one likely has been used a couple of times even. Same thing, a little bit of Dawn dish soap. My brush has water in it, and I'm going to massage it out. Now, right off the bat, I can tell that my soap suds aren't as dark as they were before. So I know my brush it's pretty clean at this point. Just massaging it into this makeup brush cleaner. a few things I do not put down my sink. We are on a well and septic system where I live. We live out on 5 acres. And I do not wash my Dixie Belle patinas down the sink because the patina sprays have corrosive materials in them. I do not wash Dixie Mud, which is the kind of a wood filler. It dries like a clay. Same thing with Sea Spray and White Lightning. Those are things that can damage your pipes and they can leave a residue in them. So over long term, it can cause buildup. So I also have a gravel pit outside. It's a hose bib that runs into gravel, and things that I don't want to rinse into my pipes in my house, I will rinse in a gravel pit outside. So this is my wax brush here. So you guys saw how dirty that was when I first started. It looks so much better. So this will dry nice. Now this one actually does have a hole on it that I could use. So I'll throw that right on my hanger, and my brush is sitting to clean. So that's basic brush care for a synthetic bristle brush, a natural bristle brush. I use very little soap when I'm cleaning my brush unless it's an oil-based product or I've let my brush sit for too long. But if you keep a dish of water out wherever you are and let your brushes just sit in it, that's a great idea. And then you know that you're not going to get that paint hardening until you can come clean your brushes out. So I'm going to pop off, you guys. Before I lose daylight, I have another live on the Dixie Belle page tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern. But if you guys have any questions, pop on here and ask anything about brush care. I will gladly answer those. And thank you so much, Connie, for having me. You guys have a great evening. Be careful if there's storms where you are. If you're in California, I hope we get power back soon. You guys have a great night. Oh, and we're going to come back and ask you a question after this and do a giveaway for some Dixie Belle paint. So me and Connie are going to come up with the question. It's going to be something we talked about in the broadcast tonight. And if you guys can come on and answer that, you'll be entered to win a 16 ounce of Dixie Belle paint. So keep an eye out for that question. We'll get it posted. Thank you guys. Good night.